Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is part 10 for Auth series, which I have in the last video, as you know, right? We have started with the forget password in Angular, okay, and we have completed the first part where we have actually seen that how we can send email, correct, by using Gmail, correct. So that has been done, okay. So in this video, we are going to continue this particular from this part, from part 10. So this is part 11 for doing the reset. Okay, so in the last part, as we were able to successfully, like we were able to send email to us. So this is the email, how it looks like. And once we click on the reset password, it is routing us to the component called as reset password works. Okay, and we have already seen, right? We are passing the query params as email ID, and we are also passing the token, the email token. Okay, so based on these two parameters, we are going to reset the password for this particular user. Okay, so let's go ahead and first create the UI. Okay, to start with the UI, what we can do is, so what we need first. So we need two fields, two input fields. First for new password and second field for confirm password. Okay, and then we will need a button of cancel and submit. So this is actually quite similar what we have already in this, like this kind of this, right? So we need a password, new password and confirm password, and then we'll have a button in the center to click on reset, and that will do the job. Okay, so we can go ahead and use the same field, right? Either we can use the sign up one or we can use the login one. So I'll go with the sign up. So I'll just copy all of them, copy whole container. Okay, and let's go in the reset password HTML. Okay, let's paste it here. And now we have to remove few things. So here we will not be requiring a lot of field, correct? So we just require two fields. So one and okay, this is the validation and this is the second. So we just require these two, and rest we can delete them. So we don't require this with the validation. So let's remove till the validation. We don't require username. We don't require this, and we also don't require this. Okay, and now in the center, right, we just need one button, and that will be for a reset. That's it. And then we don't require this form as well, so I can remove that. Okay, now let's go ahead and fix few errors here. So this should not be a sign up form. Now we have to create a new form. So let's go ahead and create it. Let's go in the reset, and here you can see, right, we have already few property created, a reset password form. Then we need to have a property called as email to reset, and then we require a property email token, and then we required reset password object. Okay, and this reset password object is nothing but the model what we have created, correct, on the top. So let's go in this reset password. Can you see? So I have created a model in this. So in this model folder, right, we have created this model reset password.model.ts, and inside that we need these four properties: email, email token, new password, and confirm password. Okay, and these four properties we have to send it to the .NET, to the backend. Okay, so let's go again in the reset password component, and let's try to remove all these errors. So now we don't require sign up form. So based on that, we can just copy paste this. Okay, let's copy this and paste here. Okay, same for this. So we can just say control V for this as well, because most of the functionality is still the same, correct? So let's control V this as well and this as well. Okay, now this is okay. Now what is the thing what we need to do is, so here if you see, right, we have a form already created. So this is how we have initialized the form. The first field is password and the second field is confirm password. Okay, so based on that I need to remove this as well. So the control name will be changed from first name to password. So let's change that. So this should be password, and again this again required, and change it to password. And the second field should be confirm password. So again let's copy this and just paste it here and here. That's it. Okay, so as you can see that my form is ready along with the validation. So all I need to just change the validation error. So we can say new password is required, and this should be confirm password is required. Okay, so this is like this. Okay, this is done. Okay, now let's see what all error I need to fix. So let's remove all of this. Okay, unnecessary space. So this is done. Let's save all the changes. and let's fix few errors. So here you can see, right, it is complaining for this class error. So let's go and fix that as well. So again, this again has to be changed to sign up to reset. So I think I have missed that. So let's copy this again and replace it with this. So all the sign up form will be replaced with the reset password form. Okay, so that we can make use of it. Again, here also we need to change. Okay, so this has to be control V and control V. So all the sign up form changed to reset password form. And again, save the changes and let's see how it looks. Okay, so compile success. And now if you go on the browser and if you go here, the reset password field, can you see now? So now I have these two field, first and last. So let's change this as well. So we don't require the form control like that. So again, let's change the form control here as well. So the form control should be password for the first field. Okay, so let's go here, scroll down. Okay, change this to password, and again this field also to password. Okay, and we need to change the placeholder as well so that it should not display wrong information. It should be confirm password. Okay, and this one also should be, okay, this should be new, and this one should be confirm. Okay, that. And okay, let's change the form control name to new confirm password. Okay, so copy this and paste it here. Wherever you see last name, you need to change it with this. And this is the master form controls. Yep. All right. So again, I think one last change is this, which is pending online control set. Let's copy this and paste it here. Okay, and I can say that in this way we have successfully done the UI for the reset password as well. Now if you see, if I go on this link, which I am navigating it from here, if I press on reset password, so I'm able to see this page. Okay, and now I can write the new password, confirm password, and once I click on reset, it should do the reset in my database. I can see there is one more small change, so I don't require this sign up now. Let's change it to reset. Reset, save the changes, and now this is ready. Okay, and now the form is also ready. The validation should also work. Can you see? Yeah, it is working. It works, right? Okay, now once I click on reset, I want to send the data, correct? So let's create that particular value. But one more thing, I think one thing to catch here is that suppose if I type here ABC, and if I again type here ABC, okay, so if both are same, right, then it should be fine. But if I say ABC A or anything else, right, if they both are not matching, correct, if both the password are not matching, so it should throw a validation error. Okay, so which means for that I need to create a custom validation. Okay, we need to create a custom validator. All right, so let's see how we can create a custom validator in Angular. Okay, to create a custom validator, let's go in the helper folder and let's create a new file, and let's give it a name as confirm password dot validator dot ts. Okay, okay, and here we have to export a function. So let me first create that method. So it should be export function. Okay, and the function names will be confirm password validator. Okay, and this guy should accept two things: the first control name and the matching control name. So let's give the first control name. Okay, control name, and this will be of type string. And second, we require the second control name, which we need to match, right? So it is match control name. Again, this is of type string. Okay, all right, so now let me just fix this name as well. Match control. Okay, for me my keyboard C is not working. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, so control name, and now what we will do, right, we have to just return. So let's say return, and inside that first I will have a form group. So I need to import form group, so let's do that. Form group, on the top it is auto imported, can you see, from angular slash form. And now I'll just open up the lambda function inside that, and now based on that it will return either true or false. Okay, so if the value are matching, if both the password is matched, so it will set the errors to null. But if there is any, if they are not matching, then it will set an error that okay, no, the validation doesn't match, so it will throw an error. It will show that error to us. So that's how we create a custom what we say validator in Angular. Okay, so let's create the first I'll say password control. Okay, and inside that I will have form control, the form group what I created dot controls. Okay, and inside the controls I will first pass my control name. Okay, this control name, and same thing I have to do for my the confirm password one. So let me copy this and paste it here, and this time this should be confirm confirm password control. Okay, and again this has to be this match control name. Okay, and now what I'll do, it's just a case of if else condition. So if my confirm password control dot error, if there is error, and confirm password control the same dot error, if it has this error whose name is confirm password validator. Okay, if it is like this, if we have this kind of thing, right, then what we can do, right, so we can just say yes, there is an error. Okay, so if this is the case, right, so we can just return out of the method. Okay, I will have one more if condition, and this will say if my password control dot value is not equal to my confirm password control dot value. Okay, if they both are not equal, then I have to set the error. Okay, set the error. So how I will do it, I'll say confirm password control dot set error. So this is all the method which I'm using it from the Angular provided APIs. Okay, so we have a set error, and inside that I will be just copying this error validator, and I will mark it as true. Okay, I will mark it as true. Yes, there is an error for this validation, so validation fails. Or else if this is not the case, if they both match, right, so it comes in the else condition, and I can say confirm password control. Okay, confirm password control dot set errors, and I can pass it as null. Okay, which means there is no such error and the form is valid. Okay, in this way we have created a validator, a custom validator in Angular. Okay, so this was the creation, but how do we implement them, how do we use them? So let's see that. To use the custom validator, let's go in the reset component.ts. So inside this, right, so as we have already created your two validations already, which is required. Okay, and this is coming from the Angular, but now we have to use something very custom. So what I will do is after this bracket I'll just say, okay, so I have one more validator. Okay, I have a validator, and this validator will check for confirm password. Okay, confirm password validator, which we have created. Can you see on the top it is imported from the helper where we have created this. Okay, and inside that we have to pass the control names. So what is the control name I want to pass? The first control name is the password, and the second control name is my confirm password. This is the I'm talking about this. So second control name is my confirm password. Okay, and based on that this will return true or false. Okay, if they are valid then it's fine, but if they are not valid it will set it as true, and that will display the error. Okay, now let's see this guy in action. So let's go in the HTML, and inside the HTML where we have this, yeah, this one, right, so we can just copy paste the error which says confirm password is required, and just below that let's paste the same thing. And now here we say that password doesn't match. Okay, password doesn't match. Okay, but we need to change the control, right? So here we have to change the control. So we can say that, okay, if reset password dot field has error. Okay, so now this will check for has error. So I should remove this one, and I will just go here. Say has error for what? For confirm password validator, the method what we have created, right? The that's thing, yeah. So because we have created our own validator, right? This guy, confirm password validator. So based on that, I'll just paste it. This if this has a error for which control? For confirm password control. Okay. Now let's save the changes and let's see on the browser. If I say here A, B, C. Okay, and can you see it says password doesn't match because this is blank. If I say A, B doesn't match, but if I say C here, can you see it is matching, which means both the password matches. If I say ABA, see it is again failing. Okay, so in this way we have seen how we can create a custom validator in Angular. Okay, and this is the live demonstration what I have given. Like that's how you can create the same in your project. So I just gave an example for a confirm password, but you can create your own custom validators by using this. All right. Okay. So now let's see. Let's try to again make some good changes, because if you see, right, we should not display the password, correct? So we need to change the type from text to password. Okay. So let's go on both the inputs and let's change from text to password so that it should be your black dots. Okay. Save it, and now it should be fine. See, it's fine. All right, so now our confirm password field is reset password field is ready. Now let's see how we can use the API call for the same. Okay, so let's go in your reset.component.ts, and inside that, if you see, right, I want to use these two things. First, I want to use the query params for this email, and I want to get the token as well. Correct? Because what I will be doing, I will be sending this email ID and this token to the backend so that it can validate if my token is valid and this user is existing in my database, then please reset the password for this user. Okay, so I need these two values, which is email and this code. So let's see how we can get that two values. So there is something called as activated route in Angular. Correct. So for use the activated route, we have to inject it in the constructor. So let's do that. I'll say private activated route. Okay. And let me import the activated route. Okay, it is imported on the top. Can you see from Angular/router? And now I can use this guy. Okay, so let's go in your ng on init, and inside that I can say this dot activated route dot query params dot subscribe. Okay, so let's see how we can do. Again, this dot activated route dot, we have a query params. Okay, query params dot, I can subscribe to that value, and I can say okay, val, and inside this I can just say this dot email to reset. Which email see, I have created these two property, right? Email to reset and email token. So this is what I will be using. So I can say okay, I want to use email to reset, and in that I have a token called as email. Okay, can you see email, this one which I am highlighting? And second thing is we need is the code. So let's get that as well. So I'll say this dot URI token, email token, sorry, it's email token. Okay, so I want to get this email token. So again, how will I do? I'll say val, and inside this I just have to say the code. Okay, in the val I'll just say code. Okay, and now I just have to say, let me just do a console.log so that I can show you okay how both of them looks like. So let me remove the console. So let's write console.log this dot email token, and second one is your email to reset. So again, console.log this dot email to reset. Okay, let's see how they both looks like. Save the changes. Let's do the inspect element. Let's go in the console and check. Let me just zoom this a bit, and if I refresh the page now, right, so I will see those two values. Can you see I'm getting this email to reset? Okay, and I'm also getting my email ID which I want to reset. correct? So based on these two values, I will be doing those changes, correct? Let me try to do that. All right. So now there is something which I want to replace, right? There is something which I want to replace. If there is any space, right? So if there is any space in my URI, so I have to replace that with some text. Okay. So I am to replace that with the text. So what I will do here is, so let me remove this these three line for now, or let me just do that here. So I'll say let URI token, okay, and I will say that okay, I will be taking this value from there. I'll say val and inside the code. So I'll pass the code to this URI token. Okay, and now I have to change the URI token. So how I will be changing that? So I will not pass directly the token. I'll say URI token dot replace. Okay, URI token dot replace. Okay, what I need to replace? Let's see that. So whenever there is any space there, right? So for example, like this. Okay, so you want to replace it that with your plus sign, because that's how the token should look like. That's how the token it was generated in the database, which is not matching. So just to be double sure, we have to do this particular line, and this is now the valid one. Now if I save the changes, so this is the good one. So now if there is any space or something like that, so it will add up that plus sign to it. Okay, all right, so now we are ready to send this token to the database. All right, so once in the ng unit it is like that. Now let's create the method to reset. So we have a reset method created, and in the reset method what we will do, we'll say if this dot reset password form dot valid. If my form is valid, then I will perform some function. Else what I will do? Else I have created a validate all form field, right? So I have a validate form dot validate all form fields, and I will just pass the this dot reset password form. This I have already created in my video. If you missed that part, then I will recommend go ahead and watch that, so that you will be know okay what this line is actually doing. Okay, if I save the changes, right, let me show you what happens. So if I click on reset, right, okay, so that should call the method, and if the form is not valid, it should throw the error. Okay, so let me first try to call this method based on the reset. So type is submit. I can just say click, and I can call the method reset. Okay, save the changes, and now if I click on reset, can you see I'm able to see this error, new password is field is required. Okay, once I click on reset, same thing I have to do for the confirm password as well, correct? So I will be doing that. Let's see. Okay, let's first focus on doing the API calling to reset. Once that is working, then I think we are almost done for doing the reset password things. All right, so in this if condition, in this block, we have to write the logic to do that. So as you know that we have this object created on the top, reset password obj, and in that we have four fields, correct? So we have email. So for the email, I will have to set it with the value called as this dot email to reset. Then the second field I have this dot reset password obj dot new password. This I can get it from the form, so I'll say this dot reset password field dot value dot your form name, which is my password. This is the control name, correct? And same thing I have to do for the rest of them. So let me copy this and paste it just below this. So new one is my confirm password. Again, this should go with this guy. So again, copy this, paste it here, and this should be confirm password. So copy this and paste it here. Okay, and the last field is my email token, correct? Email token. So this should be going from my again. This we don't have it as a form, right? So we have something called as email token. So I'll say this dot email token. Okay, and my object is ready. And as you have followed my last video, right, so we have already created the service for it, which is reset password. So we will be calling this service, correct? So let's go in the reset component and inject the service. So for injecting, we have this constructor. So we have reset service, and I'll say reset service. I guess what's the name? Yeah, it's a reset password service. Reset password service. Okay, so that is injected successfully on the top, imported as well, correct? Yeah, this one. and injected successfully in the constructor. And now I can call that method easily. So I'll just go here, I'll say this dot reset password or reset service dot, the method name is reset password, and this guy expects an object called as reset password obj. So we can just pass that, this dot reset password obj, and then we can just say dot subscribe. Okay, and inside that again we have the response object, so we'll say next. Inside that we have response, and this is the next, and if there is any error, so that we can just show here error for any error. Okay, so if my password is success, right, if my password is success, so I will be displaying the success message. So for that, let me import my toaster. So again, let me do that. So for importing the toaster, we have private toast service. Okay, and I will be using the toast service for success. If my form is success, so we have that toaster created, correct? So let's go in that block, in the next block, which is the success one, and I can just have this dot toast dot success. I can send the detail, I can send the response, or I can just say your success. Here I can pass my own message, password reset successfully. All right. Now this router I have added because once the password reset is successful, right, I want to again go to the login page. So for that I need to import the router as well. So let me import the router. Okay, router has been imported, and this router will help me to navigate. So again guys, whenever I'm pressing tab, right, it is getting auto imported on the top. Okay, everything is imported in this particular field. Can you see I have imported the activated route and router. Okay, so this is the router where it is coming from, and now this router will navigate it to the to that page. But if there is any error, right, if there is any error which is happening, so I can paste it here, toast dot error, and this should be error, error, and I can just say something went wrong. So that's it. That's how we have actually implemented this thing as well. The API is already been there, right? So we just need to test this now if this is working or not. So let's go here and let's try to do it from the start. Okay, so I have my forget password field. I'll just put my, okay, first let me try to log in. So the username is let's program, and the password ABC, something like that. If I log in, it should not, something went wrong because I don't know my password. So I'll have to reset the password. So I'll say forget password. I'll send let's program. So this should be a valid Gmail address. So let's click on send. So the reset link has been sent successfully. I think I need to change the message there. It should say reset password sent successfully. So let's go here and let's refresh if I get any email. Yeah, I get one email now, reset password, and I have to click on this reset password. So once I click on this button, I'm on this page. Okay, and now I will pass my new password, which is 123456. Okay, for the confirm password also 123456. If I click on reset, can you see password reset successfully? And now if I want to log in, so it's let's program and password 123456. It will only fail if I am not writing the username correct. Yeah, the username was also correct and I am successfully logged in. Okay, and in this way we have successfully completed the reset password field. Okay, and if you want to test it again, you can do that, because if I see, if it is let's program, and let me show you the password this time. If I pass 123456, click on login, it fails. But if I click 123456 login, it is success. Okay, if you want to again reset the field, again you have to do the same thing. You have to send it to your Gmail ID first. Okay, again send it, so it will again send the new reset link. Okay, and again let me refresh this inbox. Can you see I got one more email, and now this time I will be choosing some different password. I'll say admin@123. Password is not matching again, so admin@123. So password match, click on reset, reset password reset successfully, and now I'll say let's program my username, and the last password was 123456. Let's put that. if I click login, see it fails, something went wrong. If you just check in the inspect element, right, so it should give you the valid error. You see it gives the error as password is incorrect. Okay, and now if I change it with the new one which I just did right now, admin@123, if I click on login, see the login is success. And in this way we have successfully completed how can we do the reset password in Angular and .NET Core project. Okay, if you have any doubt related to this topic again, so you can mention me in the comment section like, hey Shashi, I'm not able to get this, so can you help me? So I will be there to help you out. And also you can follow my Telegram channel, and you can DM me on Instagram as well with your doubts. I am happy to help you there as well. Okay, again guys, so this was it about the reset password. So this was again in two parts, part 1 and part 2. To watch this part, right, to watch this what I just implemented, you have to go with the part 10, which is forget password in Angular in .NET 6. So once you are done with this part, then only you should watch this one what I have just implemented right now. Okay, and I hope you guys will be able to make this easily. Alright, so that's it for this today's video. So in the next part, we will see how we can do the social login, and we will be first targeting about how can we implement the social login via Gmail, via Google actually. So we will see that in the next video. Okay, so till that time, bye bye and keep learning guys.